you and Jordan, as we've already talked about, have been through so much in your relationship, whether it was your illness, your daughter Michaela's illness at a very early age, traveling around the world together on tour. You've been through so much. What do you think are the core fundamentals to one, a strong marriage, maintaining a strong marriage, and two, keeping the romance alive in a relationship?
Mm. Well, those are two good questions. Well, first of all, truth. Truth was the foundation of our marriage. He asked me to tell the truth when he uh, asked me to marry him. He said, "You're going to have to tell the truth, or this won't work." And I took that very seriously, and decided that I would do my best as we moved forward to tell the truth. But I think it was a lifetime of learning to understand what the truth was. Uh, we're very complicated creatures, and we're wily. We can outsmart ourselves, and we can outsmart other people. We're very just we're I don't know we well, we're sinners, right? So, and we can find all kinds of ways to get around what is difficult, uh, and it's no wonder, so, and that's why the because I've learned, and I continue to learn about the biblical stories and try to understand what they mean. And I think that's why Jordan's work is so important, is that we are such uh, a bag of tricks, to ourselves, let alone to other people, but even just to ourselves, that we need some rules to live by. And those biblical rules, those 10 commandments, and whatever else you can find in the Bible to understand and to get your feet moving in the right direction, is really, really important. So, truth was the basis of that, but the daily work that it takes uh, to get up in the right frame of mind, and to so I'll give you an example just of something that happened just this week. So um, we're visiting my daughter. She's about to she announced that she's about to have another baby, and so she's going to have a baby in January 7th is the due date. And so we're down here. She's got a 6-year old. Thank you. She's got a 6-year-old daughter, and it's actually warmer here than it is in Canada, and so we're down here with her. And we got up one morning, and I went to have a drink of water, which I have in the morning, and I noticed Jordan had drank my water, and I felt this anger, and I thought, "Huh, wonder why I'm angry." And then I thought, "Oh yeah, I have to go to the doctor today." Uh, Maybe I'm nervous about the doctor, and it's easier to be angry at my husband than it is for me to be scared of going to the doctor. So I began to pray the rosary, and I prayed through the rosary, and I asked for my resentment to be lifted from me. And so then I finished praying. We went out and we had some breakfast with my granddaughter, and then she was going to be off to school. But this was Monday morning, and Michaela's daughter this week was going off to stay with her dad. And Michaela said because she's pregnant, she's very emotional, and she finds it much more difficult to have her daughter leave on Monday, and it makes her cry. Usually she can kind of stuff down her feelings, but with this pregnancy, she can't. Everything is right on top. And so we were sitting at the door, and Scarlett was getting ready to go, and Michaela was sitting there, and she was going to say goodbye. And Jordan comes up with his telephone, and he says, they were supposed to leave a package at the door last night, and they didn't leave it, and these Amazon people. And I just, with no resentment, with love and with kindness, I just said to him, you know, right now, though, we're paying attention to to Michaela and her daughter because she's going off to school. And he was able to, and he just dropped whatever it was that he was concerned with. And we focused, and Michaela said goodbye. And then she had a little cry, and I got to hug her and say that, it is sad that she's gone and it's okay to cry. But it's good to get a hug when you cry, because I think it's important to seek out comfort when you have something that you're upset about. And I thought, if I hadn't prayed in the morning and dealt with whatever crazy emotions I was having, if I hadn't prayed and got myself straight on the straight and narrow, I wouldn't have been able to properly tell Jordan what the next right thing was for him to be able to hear it without feeling hurt. That because there was no resentment in my voice. I wasn't thinking, oh, first of all, he drank all my water and now he's not paying attention. Like, what are you doing? Right? I could have been dismissive or something with him, but I wasn't. And so he was able to let it go. And the moment was as it should have been. And then I could be supportive and it wouldn't make it worse than it was, right? You don't want to make your time with yourself or with other people any worse than it's going to be, because we're all going to suffer, and there's going to be times where we're very uncomfortable and things haven't gone well and we're in a state, but we don't want to make that worse by bringing more of our own baggage to the situation and spreading misery everywhere. And so this thing that started with truth at the beginning of our marriage has come to now me getting up in the morning, and as soon as I wake up, I think, thy will be done and not my will be done. Like, tell me what it is that is most important that I attend to right now before I make an error. And I try to do that as soon as I wake up, because you never know what's going to happen, what's going to be the next thing that happens. And if you're not in the right frame of mind, then things are going to go worse than they have to be. And you don't know where that's going to take you eventually. You think that these little things that we do don't matter, but it all matters. It all matters. Who knows what that small time of, who knows what that did for her daughter? Who knows that it was all as peaceful and as loving as it could be. Who knows? We don't know. And so God forbid that I made it worse than it might have been. I don't want to be that person. I really don't want to. What does Jordan say? It's not that he's brave, it's that he knows what to be afraid of. So I think I've learned to know what to be afraid of. Yeah.